This is Oswaldo Gonzalez. This is one in a series of instructional, educational videos that I have prepared for clients and or the public in general. This particular video is on the purchase of real estate, whether it be a home, condominium, etc. At times I may compare this to something that's more familiar with the general public, such as the purchase of a car. Many people have never purchased a home before, but they might be familiar with the purchase of a vehicle. So I may make some references to that. Well, the first step in the purchase of real estate is the contract of sale. In the real estate setting, the contract of sale is prepared by the realtor in most cases. And the attorney has to perform what's called attorney review. That has to be done within 3 days of the contract being fully executed and delivered to the buyer. Now, in the scenario of buying a vehicle, we can equate that to you looking at the title to the vehicle that's being sold to you. You want to make sure that the person that's selling it to you is actually titled as the owner. In the real estate scenario, the attorney is going to review the contract, make sure that that's all in order, and he's going to make numerous changes. The reason why many changes are required in the purchase of a real estate is that these contracts are pre-printed and many times drawn in favor of the seller. So there's several things that have to be changed for the buyer's protection. I'm just going to name a few, but there are numerous items that have to be changed. One of the things that we're concerned with is the mortgage contingency. The buyer wants to make sure that if he doesn't get his mortgage, that he gets his deposit monies back. That has to be properly drafted and the time periods have to be properly stated. The other thing is home inspections have to be mentioned and how those inspections are going to be done. That's for the buyer's protection, to make sure he has rights to do the appropriate inspections. Now, the next step in the real estate purchase is what I referred to previously, the inspections. Now, there are going to be different types of inspections. There's going to be a home inspection. There might be there are termite inspections, a radon inspection, oil tank inspection, sump pumps, wells. There might be numerous types of inspections depending on the property. All of these inspections that are required by the buyer must be done in order to make sure that there is no issues outstanding that could be a problem. So in the case of the scenario for the purchase of a vehicle, you want to look at the engine, kick the tires, if you will, maybe get it to a mechanic to inspect, to make sure that everything's in order. So once you've done all of these inspections, then you go to the next phase. And the next phase is the mortgage application process. So why the steps? Because you don't want to go invest time and money in an application for a mortgage if turns out there's an underground oil tank that's leaking on the property that would cause you not to purchase the property, or at least to stop to determine what steps need to be taken to resolve that issue. So you first do the attorney review, then you do the home inspections, and once that's all resolved, then you do the mortgage application process and you obtain your mortgage financing. So in the scenario of the car, you go to your bank and get your loan approved for your car loan. So what happens after that? After you get your mortgage commitment, your loan approval, then you go to the next step, and that's title searches. In purchases of real estate, when you have a lender, you will be required to get title insurance policy. The title insurance policy protects you in the event that there's some issue with the property. The title company will do its searches, make sure if there's any liens or any encumbrances, or if when the survey is done, if there's any encroachments on the property, and all of those need to be satisfied before the lender will go forward and lend you the money, and also before you go forward to purchase the property. As part of the title search process, there will be two policies issued: a loan policy for the lender and an owner's policy for the purchaser. Those policies will last for the time you own the property and or the time you own the loan. So if you prepay the loan, you'll still have your owner's policy to protect you in the future when you turn around and go to sell, or if for some reason a lien comes up or an issue comes up, you have your title insurance policy. So then after the title searches have all come through and all of the issues are resolved, then you go to the closing process. At the closing process, the closing is coordinated between the buyers, sellers, title, lender, and everybody's respective counsel. Closing takes place, loan is funded, closing documents are executed and transferred, and then the process of recording. After the documents are all recorded, post-closing, weeks thereafter, the title company will run its search to make sure that everything that had to be done post-closing was done, so that they can issue their owner's policy and loan policy. Once that's issued, the process is complete, and the buyer should hold on to its owner's policy for as long as he owns that property, to protect himself in the event either a lien arises or he has to sell the property and he's asked for his title policy. I hope this video was informative. Should you have any questions, you can go to my website, OswaldoGonzalez.com. That's spelled OSUALDO, Gonzalez.com. I'm an attorney in Union City with an office located at 20th and Berger Line Avenue. Thank you, and once again, I hope this was informative.